UFO stands for Unidentified Flying Object, which is any aerial object that cannot be identified by the observer. Many people believe that UFOs are evidence of extraterrestrial life, while others believe they are simply misidentifications of natural or man-made objects. As for religion, there is no one single religious belief regarding UFOs. Some religious groups believe that UFOs are a sign of the end times, while others believe that they are simply a natural phenomenon that is yet to be explained. Some also believe that UFOs are demons or other supernatural entities, while others believe that they are a sign of divine intervention or a test of faith. Some major religions believe about UFOs. Christianity. Some Christian groups believe that UFOs are a sign of the end times, as described in the Bible's book of Revelation. Others believe that UFOs are simply a natural phenomenon that is yet to be explained. Judaism. There is no one specific belief about UFOs in Judaism, but some Jewish scholars have suggested that they could be a sign of the coming of the Messiah. Islam. There is no one specific belief about UFOs in Islam, but some Islamic scholars have suggested that they could be a sign of the end times or the arrival of the Mahdi, a messianic figure in Islam. Hinduism. Hinduism has no direct teaching about UFOs, but some Hindu spiritual leaders have suggested that they could be other forms of intelligent life in the universe. Buddhism. Buddhism does not have any specific teaching about UFOs, but some Buddhist scholars have suggested that they could be other forms of intelligent life in the universe. Sikhism. There is no one specific belief about UFOs in Sikhism, but some Sikh scholars have suggested that they could be other forms of intelligent life in the universe. It's important to note that these are just general overviews, and individual beliefs within these religions may vary greatly. Also, there are many other religions, denominations, and spiritual movements, and their beliefs about UFOs may vary as well. And Islam. There is no one specific belief about UFOs as the topic is not mentioned in the Quran, the holy book of Islam, or in the Hadith, the recorded sayings and actions of the Prophet Muhammad. However, some Islamic scholars have suggested that UFOs could be a sign of the end times or the arrival of the Mahdi, a messianic figure in Islam who is believed to appear before the end of the world to bring justice and peace. Some also believe that they could be a part of the supernatural world, such as angels or jinn. It's important to note that these are just speculative opinions and not an official stance of the Islamic faith. Also, it's worth mentioning that these beliefs about UFOs are not widely held within the Islamic community and are not considered to be an important aspect of the faith. And some interpretations of Islam, it is suggested that UFOs could be related to angels or jinn. Angels are believed to be supernatural beings created by God, while jinn are believed to be a separate creation from humans and angels, with free will and the ability to interact with the physical world. According to some Islamic scholars, it is possible that UFOs could be related to angels or jinn in some way, for example, as a means of transportation for these supernatural beings. However, this is purely speculative and not based on any definitive evidence or official teaching of the Islamic faith. It's important to note that this is not a mainstream belief within the Islamic community, and it's not considered a widely held view. Also, it's important to separate the religious beliefs from scientific facts, as the existence of UFOs has not been proven yet and there are many explanations that can be given to the sightings, such as misidentifications, hoaxes, and natural phenomena. Some examples of well-known UFO sightings and the investigations that followed them. The Roswell incident. In 1947, a UFO was reported to have crashed in Roswell, New Mexico. The military initially stated that it was a crashed weather balloon, but later suggested it was a top-secret military surveillance balloon. However, many people believe it was an extraterrestrial spacecraft, and the incident has become one of the most well-known and controversial UFO sightings in history. The Phoenix Lights. In 1997, thousands of people in Arizona and Nevada reported seeing a V-shaped formation of lights in the sky. The governor of Arizona at the time ordered an investigation, which concluded that the lights were flares dropped by the military during a training exercise. However, many witnesses disagree with this explanation and believe the lights were of extraterrestrial origin. The Rendlesham Forest Incident. In 1980, U.S. Air Force personnel at a military base in England reported seeing a UFO in Rendlesham Forest. An investigation was conducted, but no official explanation for the sighting was ever provided. Many believe the sighting was of extraterrestrial origin, while others believe it was a military aircraft or a natural phenomenon. The Kenneth Arnold UFO sighting. In 1947, private pilot Kenneth Arnold reported seeing a formation of 9 crescent-shaped objects flying near Mount Rainier in Washington state. He described the objects as moving at high speed, which was estimated at around 1,600 miles per hour. This was one of the first widely reported UFO sightings, and it led to widespread interest in the phenomenon. The Belgian UFO wave. In 1989 to 1990, multiple witnesses in Belgium reported seeing triangular-shaped UFOs with bright lights. The Belgian Air Force conducted an investigation and concluded that some of the sightings were probably military aircraft, while others were likely misidentifications of natural or man-made objects. The Lubbock Lights. In 1951, a group of professors at Texas Tech University reported seeing a formation of lights in the sky near Lubbock. The Air Force investigated and concluded that the lights were probably a flock of birds, but many witnesses disagreed with this explanation and believed the lights were of extraterrestrial origin. The Gulf Breeze sightings. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, multiple witnesses in Gulf Breeze, Florida reported seeing a UFO with a dome shape. Some even claimed to have taken photographs of the object. The Air Force investigated and concluded that the sightings were probably misidentifications of natural or man-made objects, but many witnesses disagreed with this explanation. The Black Triangle sightings. In the 1990s and 2000s, multiple witnesses reported seeing large, black triangular-shaped UFOs in various locations around the world. The sightings have been attributed to secret military aircraft, but many witnesses believe the objects were of extraterrestrial origin. The O'Hare Airport sighting. In 2006, multiple witnesses at O'Hare International Airport in Chicago reported seeing a disc-shaped object hovering over the airport. The FAA conducted an investigation and concluded that the sighting was probably caused by a weather phenomenon, but many witnesses disagreed with this explanation and believed the object was of extraterrestrial origin. The Stephenville, Texas sightings. In 2008, multiple witnesses in Stephenville, Texas reported seeing a large, silent object in the sky. The Air Force investigated and concluded that the sighting was probably caused by a military aircraft, but many witnesses disagreed with this explanation and believed the object was of extraterrestrial origin. Some even reported that the object had no visible means of propulsion and that it was able to maneuver in ways that are not possible with current technology. These are just a few examples of well-known UFO sightings and the investigations that followed them. It's important to note that many UFO sightings remain unexplained, and in some cases, the investigations were inconclusive. Some people believe that UFOs are evidence of extraterrestrial life, while others believe they are simply misidentifications of natural or man-made objects. The truth about UFOs remains a topic of ongoing debate and investigation. It's also worth mentioning that some governments and military organizations around the world have conducted secret investigations into UFOs, and some classified documents have been released to the public in recent years through Freedom of Information Acts. But, the authenticity of these documents, and the level of detail provided in them is questionable and remains a topic of debate. Overall, while some UFO sightings have been explained as misidentifications of aircraft, balloons, or other natural or man-made objects, many remain unexplained and continue to spark interest and debate among researchers, scientists, and the general public.